Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Atla Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that the US government going to dump Bitcoin on the market, and with this, maybe can push down Bitcoin price. Well, I'm going to talk about in a second. Then we have Mr. 100 scooping up a lot of Bitcoin in one day, more than 1,000 Bitcoin in 100 Bitcoin chunks. Also, I'm going to talk about that Ark Invest's spot Bitcoin ETF had a negative record in outflows, actually bigger than Grayscale did on that day. And I'm also going to talk about how hot Bitcoin spot ETF was in March, because the trading volume almost tripled compared to April. Well, and one more, we have now Bitcoin spot ETF with leverage trading, and which one it is, I tell you as well. So guys, all this in today's video, and don't forget, every single day I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important for you, very simple, subscribe to this YouTube channel and also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And now let's do it. You know, and we had recently also a small dump in the Bitcoin, but when now we're looking at the Bitcoin price, again, above 66,000 US dollar, holding itself pretty well, 1.2% up in the last 24 hours. Ethereum, 3,251 US dollar, 1.5% up. When we're looking at the top gainer, we have ENA going up 29%, Flare going up 25%, and Bitget token 16%. So we have some of them here in plus, and not big dumps for sure, because we see Stacks 6% down, Aptos 5%, and here's a little bit messed up, but which one is the next one? Is it Phantom? Phantom, maybe around 3%. And when we're looking at the Bitcoin candlestick chart, yes, we did break out of this triangle here, but to be honest with you, this ascending triangle is definitely a bullish sign, and this is on the daily. I would rather focus on the weekly one, because weekly is more important, and it could easily happen that we come back above this line when we're looking at the weekly chart. But we had again here a support at 65,000-ish, so we didn't go further down. So this was a very tiny drop, around 5% in a day, and it shows clearly that Bitcoin is still moving now sideways and holding itself actually pretty well. A couple of things I would like to highlight, which shows clearly the bull market is on. Here we have Tether printing another 1 billion US dollar. And then look, not just Tether, but we have USDC, 250 million US dollar. When you're looking at Tether's market cap, you can see this significant increase. And look, we are already above 105 billion US dollar, and it's just going up and up and up. And this is just happening actually in the bull market. Also, big whales scooping up Bitcoin. Here we have Mr. 100's address. And look at this. Here, if you check out just the 2nd of April, every single buy was 100 Bitcoin, 101, 102, something like this, but around 100 is always. And this address did just, 10 of these. So 1,000 Bitcoin in a single day. And guys, this is crazy, because, we have the Bitcoin halving in just, 2 weeks, kind of. And now 900 Bitcoin getting into the system. So right now, Mr. 100 scooped up more than the daily amount, which is getting into the system. But after the halving, in 2 weeks, kind of, we just have 450 Bitcoin getting into the system. And this is equivalent to a new buyer scooping up 164,250 Bitcoin annually. So it makes a huge difference, this daily 450 Bitcoin. So you can see that less and less Bitcoin getting into the system, and there is a big demand for Bitcoin. But first topic I would like to talk about is the market hasn't really reacted on it, but also a big amount of Bitcoin started to move from an address which is attached to the US government. And this is usually happening when the US government wants to sell Bitcoin. It happened back in 2023 as well. So let's talk about that. So we do know that the US government also has a Bitcoin, for example, definitely from the Silk Road case. And now that Bitcoin has moved a part of it, at least 30,175 Bitcoin on Tuesday to a Coinbase wallet. Actually, what has happened, really, I mean, this is the same topic here. Yeah, so here you can see two addresses. Then they did, a trial with a small amount of Bitcoin, a value of $69 US. And then they made the bigger one, and actually, this went to another address. But now, the thing is that why do they move this suddenly? What they want to do with it? They want to sell it because this amount, around 30,000 Bitcoin, is about $2 billion US. So a quite significant amount if they would like to dump it on the market. Last confirmed sale by the US government was back in March, and then they unloaded this almost 10,000 Bitcoin, but the value back then it was much less, 216 million US. So if this happening, this definitely can have an impact on the price. But I'm going to show other data as well, but to be honest with you, nothing has changed. We are in the bull market. There's a lot of buying happening and a lot of positive news. So it can bring down the price. What's this happening, but it's just going to be short term, and then probably everything will go up again. By the way, now when we're looking at the Bitcoin chart, you can also see that we couldn't dump this time either. Right. Next topic. Ark Invest, Bitcoin spot ETF, had a record outflow on the 2nd of April. So when we talked about outflows from Bitcoin spot ETFs, we usually mention Grayscale GBTC. But now we should mention definitely Ark Invest Bitcoin spot ETF because they had the record outflow, $87 million US on the 2nd of April. And what is important, that this is the very first time the fund has witnessed a larger daily outflows than Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust, so GBTC, since actually the launch of spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States. So we have never seen something like this. However, when you're looking at the balance, even that Ark Invest had this big one and not just Grayscale, they did have bigger ones, like their outflow wasn't that big this time, but the balance was still positive. So mostly we have a positive balance. I think here you can see it much better, right? So the green days are the ones which are positive inflows, and when it's then negative records, we have the red ones. So definitely you can see clearly that the balance is positive, but it was a negative record for Ark Invest. Okay, and now let's talk about how hot was actually Bitcoin spot ETF trading volume back in March, so last month. Well, February was already kind of good because we had, trading volume in Bitcoin spot ETFs, 42.2 billion US dollar. But this amount almost tripled in March with 111 billion US dollar, as you can see it here. So almost 3 times that much than it was in February. It clearly showed, this shows as well, the chart, that how hot Bitcoin spot ETFs are right at the moment. And as you could see previously, the balance is definitely in a positive. Right. And finally, leverage trading with Bitcoin spot ETFs. Well, it's possible already. Because we have now here ProShares debuts 2x leveraged and inverse Bitcoin ETF. So as you can see it here, ProShares added to its portfolio of Bitcoin-related products today, which was actually yesterday, a launch of 2 new ETFs. One offers leverage leveraged exposure, and the other offers inverse exposure to physical Bitcoin rather than Bitcoin futures. So, you know, new things coming up, and now you can actually do it, not a major one, but with 2x leverage also if you have Bitcoin spot ETF with ProShares. So guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every single day I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important for you, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel and also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. See you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.